Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
The beloved hero Sonic the Hedgehog will return to theaters this holiday season as he and his friends take on their most significant challenge yet, Shadow, a character with a long-standing history with Sonic who will likely play an essential role in the film franchise moving forward. With 2 films already released and well-loved by fans, there are high expectations for the next installment, especially with new characters debuting and raising the stakes for Sonic and his friends. In today's video, we will discuss the significant changes in previous films and how they'll impact the upcoming Sonic 3.
But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain.
Number 1. The main antagonist. Inspired by the video games before it, the previous 2 Sonic films established Dr. Robotnik as the franchise's primary antagonist. However, Sonic doesn't meet the eccentric and power-hungry inventor during a well-underway scheme. Instead, Dr. Robotnik is contacted by the government to investigate the power outage Sonic caused in Green Hills. As the audience expects, Robotnik abandons his willingness to help others when he realizes Sonic's power, believing he can harness it to help him take over the world. Fortunately, he's defeated and sent into another dimension, where he meets and manipulates Knuckles into joining forces with him. Robotnik makes a triumphant return in Sonic 2 as luck is on his side by introducing him to Knuckles, who believes Robotnik could help him protect the Master Emerald, a sacred duty once completed by Knuckles' fellow echidnas, who he lost at a young age. Robotnik returns home to defeat Sonic once and for all, but he makes the grave mistake of abandoning Knuckles after obtaining the Master Emerald. Realizing the error of his ways, Knuckles joins forces with Sonic and Tails, forming a team capable of taking down their common enemy. Like other Sonic media, fans expected Dr. Robotnik to return in the 3rd film with another convoluted plan to obtain world domination. Instead, his role got replaced as another beloved character, Shadow the Hedgehog, usurps the primary antagonist. Once created by Robotnik's grandfather to be the ultimate life form, Shadow awakes in the modern day, and from the film's trailer, it seems like he's out for revenge against everyone who wronged him and the people he once loved. Numerous scenes in the trailer showcase Shadow as a powerful villain capable of defeating Knuckles and Sonic within seconds. He holds up to his reputation as the ultimate life form, and Team Sonic will have to make risky decisions if they want to stand a chance of defeating their strongest enemy yet.
Your strength, your smarts, and my speed together. That's how we win.
So we make our stand here.
Number 2. Robotnik's redemption. With a new antagonist taking center stage in the 3rd film, it almost seems there's no room for Dr. Robotnik in the narrative. After 2 defeats from Sonic and his allies, any scheme created by Robotnik will lack the stakes to make the narrative engaging for a returning audience. Introducing Shadow to take his place and give Sonic a new adversary makes complete sense, but it also leaves one of the franchise's most influential and essential characters at a standstill. Fortunately for Dr. Robotnik, the franchise isn't done with him yet, as the 3rd film will take him on a new adventure no one saw coming. In the most recent trailer, Team Sonic finds themselves between a rock and a hard place after a humbling defeat. Unsure of how to stand against Shadow or exploit his weaknesses, they turn to the unlikeliest place for help. When they approach Dr. Robotnik, his time of isolation changes his appearance, allowing him to resemble his video game counterpart whom Sonic fans know and love. He agrees to help Sonic under one condition, obtaining one of the Hedgehog's quills and the stored power it holds. While Dr. Robotnik has every incentive to turn against Team Sonic later in the film, perhaps by joining forces with Shadow to exploit his power instead, there will be a brief window in the story where Robotnik acts as a protagonist, working alongside Sonic to defeat a common threat. The trailer also gives the impression that Robotnik's storyline will tie into Shadow's, as he has a reunion scene with his supposedly late grandfather. Robotnik's grandfather, Gerald, is the one who created Shadow in the character's source material, but he perished tragically alongside his granddaughter Maria. Shadow's connection to the Robotnik family and the amnesia surrounding his time with them lead to his quest for revenge and crossing paths with Sonic. However, if Gerald is alive and reconnects with his grandson, they may work together to apprehend Shadow or help him achieve his goal. Still, the extent of Gerald's role in the film and his relationship with Shadow is currently unknown.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it? Are you? In the saggy flesh.
Number 3. Team Sonic. When the original Sonic film premiered in 2020, the story focused on Sonic as an individual, his isolation while growing up in a strange world, and his budding friendship with the sheriff of Green Hills, Tom Wachowski. Throughout the film, Sonic finds the family he desired his entire life while acquiring a taste for helping others through his powers. In the sequel, he's not appeased by his quiet life with Tom and Maddie and tries to help others while acting like a vigilante, which backfires significantly. However, Sonic's new life gets turned upside down when he's attacked in his home by Knuckles, who has aligned himself with Dr. Robotnik in pursuit of the Master Emerald. He's later saved by Tails, who already knows a great deal about Sonic and behaves like a fan meeting their idol, which allows the pair to form an easygoing friendship and bond throughout the sequel. After Robotnik ultimately betrays Knuckles, he teams up with Sonic, and the three would-be heroes utilize their unique skills and abilities to help save the world. After Robotnik's defeat, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles decide to continue working together. They act as guardians for the Master Emerald, assuming others will want to harness its power or pursue the Chaos Emeralds, which disappeared after Sonic used them to defeat Robotnik. In the third film, Team Sonic is well established and eager to continue working together. However, scenes from the trailer may foreshadow that the three friends have a long way to go before they can work efficiently as a team. For example, Knuckles eagerly teases Sonic and disregards his orders in favor of charging headfirst into battle without a plan. Naturally, Knuckles' behavior has consequences, and the pair, who once began as enemies, still have a few issues to work out.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
Number 4. Sonic's reputation. Another thing to change between the first two films and the third is Sonic's reputation. In the original film, after fleeing from his home and landing in Montana, Sonic spends most of his adolescence in hiding, watching the people from Green Hills from afar and staying out of their way. He eventually grows tired of isolation and crosses paths with Tom, who becomes his first friend and ally in the conflict against Robotnik. After defeating the crazed inventor, the government agrees to keep Sonic a secret. It allows him to continue living with Tom, allowing the Hedgehog to have a life filled with love and companionship. However, Sonic grows restless when he realizes the quiet life requires him to exist peacefully, standing idly by while he could use his abilities to help others. Unfortunately, his brief acts of heroism often make matters worse, and Tom encourages him to sit back and wait for the right time because one day, Sonic and his abilities will be necessary to help the world. Tom's words ring true sooner than they expect as Sonic is confronted by Knuckles shortly after and dragged into another one of Robotnik's schemes. After saving the world twice, it would be hard for anyone to ignore Sonic and his capabilities. He, Tails, and Knuckles vow to work together to protect the Master Emerald at the end of the sequel, and it's unlikely that the three of them would go into hiding, not when they found a greater purpose with high stakes. Their unique position may be why they're called upon to stop Shadow, who breaks free from his containment to wreak havoc on the world in the trailer for the upcoming film. There's likely no one better suited to take down Shadow than someone else with exceptional powers and who has proved himself capable 2 times over. While Sonic began the film franchise as a secret to the world, his appearance in the third film could turn him into a household name and a hero others can rely on.
But you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
The return of Sonic the Hedgehog to theaters is highly anticipated, especially with the introduction of the iconic character Shadow and the promise of a new action-packed adventure for Sonic and his friends. There are many things in the next installment for Sonic 3's audience to look forward to, from the unlikeliest alliances to Sonic's journey to becoming the world's greatest hero. With the franchise's established success, there's no doubt that the audience will be in for an exciting and thrilling cinematic experience.
All right, give him the heat, Tails.
Hope you're ready for my fastball.
Your fastball will be dishonored.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
My God. Project Shadow.